second thing is that our long-awaited Army Hospital is scheduled to see its first patient on April 7th. And there's going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony, I believe, on the 31st of March at 10 a.m. So we think that will attract a lot of high-profile folks. And of course, we want to take advantage of that when those folks come to celebrate with us by showing them our communities and our installation. The third item on there is something that we must always remind ourselves, and we talked about this in previous meetings, is we've got to continue to protect that hospital, because we know that just because it was built does not mean that it will remain a full-blown hospital. We've seen, a couple of efforts to downgrade it, and we got to make sure that we do everything that it's staffed and manned properly as well. So that's going to continue to be part of our overall strategy. Item number 4 talks a little bit about the groundbreaking ceremony that was done recently, where there's about 69 new homes going to be built on Fort Leonard Wood, and then about 100 homes completely renovated. So a pretty sizable investment in privatized housing on the installation. We're all very proud of that. One thing I don't have written on my notes here, but made a kind of a note in the margin, is that we've been pursuing this five-story barracks project that has just gone through the bid selection, well, actually the bid submission process, and I believe that's just closed, and I think they've got a handful of bids that appear to be acceptable. So I think at some point here in the spring they'll select someone to build that five-story barracks on Fort Leonard with a good piece of infrastructure investment that we all should be proud of. Item number 5 is a new mission for Fort Leonard Wood. The Army's restructured itself and how it's doing its acquisition and research and development type things. And Fort Leonard Wood has never had this kind of responsibility for this type of thing in the past. But there's going to be one of 6 newly aligned program acquisition executives. That responsibility falls on General Beck as our commanding general. And it's related to layer protection and CBRN. So although it does not signify necessarily, a bunch of new soldiers coming to Fort Leonard Wood, the relevance that it has for the Army is very important, because we need to continue to be very relevant in the Army's eyes as well. So that's something that's pretty exciting. And we think we've got some ways that we'll be able to leverage how we can help enhance that mission at Fort Leonard Wood. Item number 6 is the Army's Recruiting Command has just consolidated itself with the training part of what was formerly the Training and Doctrine Command. So the same general officer that's in charge of recruiting is now going to be in charge of all initial training across the Army. And the school district has reached out and asked General Davis, the commander, to be our featured speaker at the Community Salute to Service ceremony on the 29th of April. So he'll get to see how we celebrate young people joining the military, but he'll also get some time at Fort Leonard Wood to see how we train soldiers. And so really great opportunity, and we're glad that the school district took the initiative to do that. I go on to talk about quite a few things here throughout this report. I'll highlight for you item number 9. Where we had a strategy that we've been pursuing for a long time to bring more federal law enforcement training to Fort Leonard Wood. And there was a circumstance recently where we were able to call attention to a federal need that both of our senators, our congressman, and our governor all wrote separate letters to the Secretary of Homeland Security and Secretary of Defense, highlighting Fort Leonard Wood's potential to accommodate some of that for the federal government. Some of that conversation is still going on, but those continue to be the kinds of things that we are interested in. I will tell you that we saw some information recently that the Coast Guard was looking for a future site to maybe do some expanded basic training. And a lot of folks, the first thing that comes to your mind is, well, Coast Guard, probably not Fort Leonard. Well, we would be negligent if we don't pursue those kinds of things, because it's very easy for us to point out to the Coast Guard that we've got thousands of Marines that train here, along with Air Force and the Navy. So certainly the Coast Guard might want to consider what all goes on here in that regard too. And so we actually had Congressman Graves out of Kansas City write a letter to the Coast Guard Commandant, inviting them to consider Fort Leonard Wood and to come visit Fort Leonard Wood and see that. The Congressman is chairman of the Transportation Committee that oversees the Coast Guard. So our congressional connectivity goes across the entire state. It's not just the folks that we normally deal with. So item number 19 is we had a chance to get some economic data from the Department of Economic Development that basically highlights the trends of federal and military employment. Is what you find on that last page of your packet there. The bottom line is that 1 in 5 jobs across the region is directly related to the military or federal employment. But you'll see, if you'll go to that last page up at the top, when we're addressing the trends of Pulaski County, overall trends between 2019 and 2024, we've gone from 58.2% to 2024 was 51.6%. And I think that is a reflection of what we see. You all likely see here in the city, businesses are seeing. There's a little bit of a downward trend in those numbers. And we need to continue to work very hard to do the things that we think are necessary to kind of, slow that down a little bit. But a lot of information here. Don't want to take, all your time, but I would be happy to yield to answer, any questions or anything that the council has, either now or afterwards, either one.
Any questions from any of the aldermen? I will say a few comments while they think about their questions. I do have a few comments. So first of all, Dorsey, thank you very much for that amazing briefing. And so you're right, the Fort Leonard Wood Hospital, many don't know, the oldest hospital in the inventory of the United States Army. And so it will draw a lot of attention as we get ready to ground break and cut the ribbon to it, and then also open it just a few weeks later. And so thank you for that. The second thing is, the downgrade to the hospital. Many people don't realize how important that is, and it really goes to show that the SOP plays such a relevant role in what we do in the 4-county region to fight and advocate for the things that are happening on Fort Leonard Wood, because there was a time where DHA had come on the net to say that they were going to want to downgrade our hospital. And it was the efforts led directly by the Sustainable Ozark Partnership and Dorsey to get the congressional leaders involved early to where we can put that to rest. And thank goodness this time around it has been put to rest. But that doesn't mean it won't rear its ugly head again, because it was 2019 when they did it. Well, yeah, 2019, and then again in 2025. And so we expect them to do it again. And so thank you for your efforts on that, Dorsey. In regards to the Coast Guard, really inviting the Coast Guard, many don't see that, how important that is, because you're right, Dorsey, you think Coast Guard, water, we're landlocked here, but it's beyond that. It's about the training ability that the Air Force have saw, the Marines, the Navy, to say that we're not constrained by a lot of resources that a lot of other installations are at. So going after those maybe will never happen things could resort to that. And so I really love to hear that, especially being a former soldier on Fort Leonard Wood. I really love to be able to get after that or hear about that, and so thank you for that. One quick thing I do want to talk about real quick in regards to Dorsey's briefing, to make sure that everybody's clear, because I did have a great conversation with the housing director the other day about the housing. So there's going to, and this is really specifically focused on the community, there is no change to the number of houses that are going to be on Fort Leonard Wood, right? They are governed by how many houses they can have on Fort Leonard Wood. So these new homes being built are not in addition to, they are part of the overall plan. And then the last thing is Dorsey, I will say, 5 pages. 5 pages of just nothing but amazing things that you all continue to do. And now I know why Mike keeps you around, right? You're amazing. And Mike, you should really consider giving Dorsey at least a Culver's raise or something.
That depends on the check.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you what, and I'm just speaking for myself. I just know that the city of St. Robert is proud to be a part of the Sustainable Ozark Partnership, because not only do you fight for the entities of St. Robert, but also all 4-county region also as well. Because I say this 100 times, it's not just about St. Robert, it's about our region. And if we're not fighting for the entire region to be growing and to be successful, then we're all going to fail. And so thank you to that. And I will lead off to any questions or comments from the aldermen. John, any questions?
Just a comment.
Sure.
I appreciate the detailed report because I didn't have the opportunity to attend the last meeting that you had. So this really brings us up to date very well. Thank you.
Mike?
Thank you, gentlemen, for your decades of work. We don't want Fort Leonard Wood to become a cattle pasture again. Like, seriously, folks, ask Dorsey like it was in the past. Let's move forward. Thank you.
Yep. Walter? Thank you, Mike.
I was here at that time.
Walter took care of the horses.
Yeah. I really, I missed something in there. You said something about the story, the fifth story.
There's a 5-story barracks that's going to round out the Spectre complex. The new side of the Spectre has, there's kind of an open field there beside the diamond facility and the headquarters. And we've been fighting for years to kind of get that phase 2 of that AIT barracks, which will accommodate some soldiers that will be, some of that older Spectre stuff will be taken offline.
Yes, sir. Right now, what is the highest story building do we have?
Well, probably the 5-story.
The 5-story?
The 5-story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I was just.
Okay, great. Thank you. Reggie, any questions, comments?
No, I thank these guys for the outstanding job that they do. They deserve everything, all the gratitude for this. And-
Walter stole my question.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Walter stole your question.
I wanted to know what kind of barracks, was it permanent party barracks,
Yeah.
AIT, basic, or whatever?
Yes, Dorsey, thanks a lot, and I have one statement to make. Can you get us some money for our sports complex over here?
I've been involved in some of those conversations.
It
Always
never
fight
hurts
for
to
that.
ask.
Yeah.
But, I think, what we want to point out is, the Sustainable Ozark, it's a partnership. And that's what's been created between Fort Leonard Wood, between the cities and plenty of our community, because it takes all to do that. Contributions from the cities, contributions from the county, and contributions from, businessmen and leaders of our community. So that partnership is what this has been framed on, and that's why it's been a success.
Yeah, I think there's a few instances, probably some good news that maybe, a few weeks out that we haven't talked about among ourselves. But the one alibi about the hospital is, not many folks know it, but they have already started putting VA patients in beds for hospital stays here. And so that's something that the hospital commander has kind of initiated and taken the lead on, kind of a different approach, because really it's about hospital stays, overnight stays, and that's how you justify it. So VA patients that, aren't necessarily, beneficiaries of this hospital are actually being able to be referred and stay overnight in our hospital, which as time goes on, that will build the metrics to allow the VA to justify bringing VA physicians here to work out of our hospital that can not only help the VA patients, but the other beneficiaries and soldiers as well. So there's a little bit of initiative going on there that's unique that the hospital commanders kind of spearhead. And so when I was talking to the commanding general recently, he told me about that. And so, that's a good thing too.
Yeah, and I think the goal, what the commanding general said at a public forum, so this is public knowledge, he's trying to get like a 60-40 split, right? 60% TRICARE patients and 40% VA patients, which would just be huge for our hospitals, so awesome.
The last thing I said, I said this to the Lebanon City Council recently, and I gave them an update too. And, we talked about this hospital thing, and you see a lot of people on social media that'll say they'll never close that hospital, they spent $400 million on it, so on and so on. But we know that in the end, we want the people on social media to be right, right? Doesn't matter how we got there, we want them to be right, right? But at the end, as you said earlier, there was no question. On January the 9th of this past year, 2025, a year ago, they were set to make the announcement that it was going to be downgraded.
Yep.
And the other thing I would say is, we all know the impact of Fort Leonard Wood, but in the environment we're in today, we cannot afford to take Fort Leonard Wood for granted.
Yep.
We appreciate that support.
Absolutely. Mike, do you have any comments? You want to back your, back Dorsey up?
We're going to give him a pay raise.
We heard it, Dorsey.
One's Culver's single scoop.
We may spring.
We may put chocolate syrup on it.
Well, hold on, let's don't go too far, Mike. Come on now.
We hope to see everyone at at the pickleball tournament on February 27th.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Dorsey. Appreciate that. Okay, moving on to 3.5. This is an ordinance amending the City of St. Robert's Manning chart. Anita, would you like to explain that real
Sure,
quick?
this adds 2 CDL positions to the transfer station as we start hauling
Yep,
to
and
the
so,
landfill for
Yeah,
the...
absolutely. And so this is, thank you, Anita, for that. So this, I'm gonna just jump in real quick because I'm gonna kind of explain it a little bit now because it'll kind of help explain the next ordinance. I believe it's the next one or maybe the one after. Yes, it's the next one. And so, you know, all the aldermen, those that know, we have a contract with Stella that hauls our waste collection from our transfer station to the main waste collection drop-off point. And we have talked about it in many, many instances in the past, that one day our goal, our dream was to get to a point to where we can do this on our own. That we didn't have to rely and bid on a contract and have, be reliable on others. Because everybody knows on this city council and in the audience knows that everything that the city of St. Robert that touches is gold, right? Fort Leonard Wood contract, the street sweeping contract, the fire extinguisher contract, everything that we do, including in our community with our law enforcement, our fire services, our streets, everything that we touch is gold. And so I think this is step one to get to the point to where one day that we're going to be able to do everything ourselves and take care of our residents from the point of pickup to all the way to the end, and to be able to make sure that we run a smooth and efficient service. And how do we get there? Well, we got to start somewhere. And we got to start with getting 2 CDL drivers on our team and to get them on the books. Then the next item we'll talk about it will be the first truck that we're going to do, which was kind of out of necessity, and I can talk about that here in a second. But I think this is going to be step one for us to achieve our goal of getting to where we wanted to be, and that was to be to do it ourselves and to be proficient and smooth in that. So that is where the CDL drivers are coming from. So with that, I'll turn it over. Any questions from the alderman before we move on? Yes, John.
Yes, in the past, we have had trouble hiring CDL personnel. We don't anticipate that to be a problem?
No.
Okay. That's my question.
No, great question, John. I mean, that has been a challenge, right? I mean, but the great work by Dana, our new website, our new initiatives that we've done has really helped us get after that. Walter, Mike first. Any questions, comments?
Yes.
Sure.
Moving forward, we're going to employ local citizens. I like that.
There
I
you
like
go.
that a lot.
Yeah. We're going to employ our own residents.
Yes.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
And we're in control of it, and there won't be any issues.
Yep.
There won't be any contracts, and we're going to save money.
Yes, sir. Great point. Thank you. Walter?
I can deal with the people in here, but I want Tim to cut off the mic and the camera. I asked this question, but can this trickle all the way back down to the VOTEC where we can get computer science and teach kids how to drive?
That's something that we can talk to the Missouri
Oh, okay.
OTC.
Yeah.
OTC, they do a lot of things with electrical, HVAC systems and stuff, and CDL could be one of them, so that's a discussion that we could have.
Well,
Thank
right
you.
now, the Missouri Job Service is paying if you're income qualified for you to get your CDL.
Wow.
But
Okay.
kids need to get behind a machine or something.
Amen to that. Anybody else, any other comments before we move on? Okay, Carrie, can you go ahead and please give us the first reading as a bill, please, then?
Bill number 26-007, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert's Manning chart.
All right, can I get a first motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Linda, second by Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes?
Linda?
Yes.
Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael?
You got his thumb.
Thumbs up. And his face, so we good.
Oh, and John.
And John,
John.
yes.
Whoops, my bad. John?
Whoops, yes.
Okay, we're good.
All right, second reading as a bill, please, Carrie.
Bill number 26-007, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert's Manning Chart.
All right, first motion, please. Charles, second by Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael?
He's got to
John.
up.
Yes.
All right, third reading as an ordinance, please, Carrie.
Ordinance number 4221, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert's Manning Chart.
All right, first motion, please. Walter, seconded by John. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? And John?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on to ordinance, or correction, 3.6. This is an ordinance approving the purchase of a 2021 Freightliner truck, tractor truck. And so I'll quickly talk about this one if you don't mind, Anita, because I think this kind of alludes into a little bit what I talked about earlier. So this truck is being purchased out of the necessity that we ran into a slight problem, not a huge problem, but again, one that we've identified in the past where, listen, we cannot afford to have any waste on the tipping floor of our transfer station with the risk of being shut down or fined or whatever the case may be. And unfortunately, it came to a point that we had to make a command decision to move forward with this because there was a time that our contracting company, which we will work out through, later on with reimbursement for that lack of participation, if you want to call it that, is that we needed to get this done. And so this is why this is coming forward. I know the Finance Committee talked about this in length last night and moved this forward to City Council tonight. So I do appreciate the committee's work on dissecting everything about this. Really appreciate Ricky and his work in identifying a used vehicle that was reliable, but within a price range that we can afford. And yes, this item might not have been budgeted in our total overall budget for 2026, but where the money to pay for this will come from is that reimbursement for our contractor not doing what they were supposed to do. And then eventually, like we all talked about, is that we want to be able to do this on our own, employ our residents to do and work for the City of St. Robert, and to take care of all of the waste collection in this area. And so that is what we are going to hopefully get through here in a second. And so now at this time, I do want to publicly say that the purchase of the truck is in the sum of $62,000 and $62,300 for this used vehicle. And it is already in use. And so we have had to put it to use, and we are very thankful for that to keep the tipping floor clean. So with that, any questions? Yes, Walter?
No question.
John, anybody, any questions from the aldermen? None? Okay, great, thank you very much. Anita, did I miss anything?
No, sir.
Okay, first reading is a bill, please, Carrie.
Bill number 26-008, an ordinance approving the purchase of a 2021 Freightliner PT-126DC tractor truck.
All right, first motion, please. First motion by Walter, seconded by Mike Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
Second reading is a bill, please.
Bill number 26-008, an ordinance approving the purchase of a 2021 Freightliner PT-126DC tractor truck.
All right, first motion, please. Charles and Linda. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yeah. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
Third reading is an ordinance, please, Carrie.
Ordinance number 4222, an ordinance approving the purchase of a 2021 Freightliner PT-126DC tractor truck.
All right, first motion, please. Motion by John, seconded by Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, moving on to 3.7, this is an ordinance amending the City of St. Robert Code, Section 103.170, regular meetings. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this before we get into any questions or comments or concern. I've had multiple discussions with the aldermen. First off, I want to thank you for your feedback, for those that were able to do that in our discussion as we move forward. And so bottom line, what this ordinance is going to do is change our city council meetings from a twice-a-month meeting to a once-a-month on a Wednesday. And so you're going to ask, well, how did you get to that conclusion? Well, first off, the first thing we looked at is multiple city councils across the state of Missouri, and we looked at the way they operate. Again, I'm a big fan of plagiarism as long as it's not in an academic setting. Stealing ideas is a great thing. And so as we looked across the holistic spectrum of all of the city council in this area, in this region, we found that many, if not all, city councils do one meeting a month. And so that was pretty simple. Then it came down to the decision to look at the dates. And we looked at every aspect of the week, right? We even included Tim from our Waynesville audio production team in this conversation to figure out what's best for him, what's best for us. I spoke to the aldermen, I spoke to the city staff, I spoke to many individuals to figure out what is the best day of the week. And majority, and I say majority, that's about 80%, so super majority, was Wednesday. Wednesday was a day that was the least amount of activities. Does it preclude everything? No. As some of the great conversations that I have with some of the aldermen, no day is perfect. There's something going on in this area every day. But what we tried to do is find the best day that could reach the most. And then secondly, knowing that we're only going to go to one day a month to take care of our city's business, come in and do our thing, it was kind of a no-brainer. And again, I want to sincerely thank, because I've had this conversation with the aldermen many, many weeks ago in conversation as I was speaking out loud, is what I call it, to them, and telling them kind of what we are looking to do, and the feedback that I got from them, which I took in and looked at, I appreciate. And so I truly believe, and I'll open it up to the aldermen if they have any questions or comments about it, but I truly believe this is the best thing for our city. This is the best thing for us to get to a point. And here's another reason why. Is because I wholeheartedly, and you heard me say this just a second ago, I truly believe the legwork of the city is done at the committee meeting. And it was a proven fact that this week the Finance and Wage Committee got in there, figured out and worked out through all the pieces of the puzzle to making sure that we can eventually one day get to the point of taking care of our own waste management. And that's where I want the work to be done, in the committee meetings. And that's where it should be done. Then it should be brought to the city council so we can have the discussion, knowing that 2, 3, 4 aldermen were behind the work to make sure that every ordinance that we do is the right thing for the city of St. Robert and for the residents of city of St. Robert, and that we're good stewards of every penny of the taxpayer dollars. So with that being said, are there any questions, comments, or concerns from the aldermen before we get into it? I'll start with Charles, down the line. Linda?
When is that
Yes, ma'am.
effective?
It'll be, thank you, that's a great point, thank you. Out of all that, I missed
Because
the
it
date.
says next meeting is February 17th, and that's a Tuesday.
Next.
Oh, it's got the wrong, they've got,
In the
like
agenda?
we were having 2 meetings. They've
Now,
got
that says
2
in the
meetings.
old, the currently.
Yes, so
We haven't switched yet.
I know,
So let me answer the question, then I'll answer your question. So what the effective date is going to be for our first meeting in March.
okay.
So our February meeting is going to be still on the books, tentatively scheduled, again, if we need anything. Obviously, many know that the January mid-month meeting was canceled. I don't know if that will happen in February, but maybe it will. But right now, this will take effect for in March.
First Wednesday.
First Wednesday of March, Linda. Thank you for that great question. I missed that completely. Reggie, anything?
No, nothing.
Walter?
No.
John, Mike?
No, sir.
John?
I am glad to see that the committees are gonna go to work now. I fully support that's where the work needs to be done
Amen.
before things come to the city council.
And you know, John, that's a great question, because a lot of people think that everything's gotta happen in the committee and then it's gotta go right to the city council. Sometimes it might go to committee and stay in committee for 2-3 months.
Sure.
To get the work done, to get the legwork done, and that's where we're gonna get to a point to build our committees to a point to where they're going to get the work done. And so thank you for that. Michael Myers, I know your audio is not working, so you're shaking your head, you're good to go. I know I've had conversations with you as well. And so, all right, with that being said, Anita, did I miss anything?
No, sir.
All right, Carrie, first reading is bill, please then.
Bill number 26-009, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert Code Section 103.170, regular meetings.
All right, can I get a first motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Linda, seconded by Walter. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, second reading is a bill, please.
Bill number 26-009, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert Code Section 103.170, regular meetings.
First motion, please. John, seconded by Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, third reading is an ordinance, please.
Ordinance number 4223, an ordinance amending City of St. Robert Code Section 103.170, regular meetings.
First motion, please. Motion by Charles, seconded by
Reggie.
Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Thank you.
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, moving on to 3.8, this is an ordinance appointing the Board of Adjustment members. This one will be quick. I'm sorry to be long-winded on those other ones. I just wanted to do a thorough explanation. This is an ordinance approving the appointments of our Board of Adjustments, our members, Frank Herbert, Gene Newkirk, Rube McDowell, Reggie Paul, Walter Reese, with our alternate members of Clinton Jarrett, Rocco Long, and Mike Myers to the Board of Adjustments, serving from February 23rd, 2026 to February 22nd, 2031. And it's a 5-year term, yeah. We're locking them in. We're not gonna let them go. We're gonna get our claws in them and hold them to this for 5 years. No. Any questions or concerns from the aldermen? Yes, go ahead.
Who is Mr. Frank Aker?
I don't know, some guy that they brought in on the street.
From way back.
He's back there taking care of the photo for a moment. All right, Carrie, first reading is a bill, please.
Bill number 26-010, an ordinance approving appointments to the St. Robert Board of Adjustment for 5-year terms.
All right, first motion, please.
Motion.
Linda, second by Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, second reading is a bill, please.
Bill number 26-010, an ordinance approving appointments to the St. Robert Board of Adjustment for 5-year terms.
First motion, please.
Yes.
John and Walter.
Yes.
Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, third reading is an ordinance, please.
Ordinance number 4224, an ordinance approving appointments to the St. Robert Board of Adjustments for 5-year terms.
All right, first motion, please.
Motion.
Linda and Reggie. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All right, moving on to section 4, comments by our aldermen. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear from Michael Myers because his mic's not working. I hope all is well, Mike. So I'll start down here with Charles.
Public Works did an awesome job during the storm, along with the transfer station personnel. So I have to just give them a salute, man. Good job. Good job.
All right, thank you for that, Charles. Appreciate it. Linda? All right, Reggie?
they all did a great job, like Tar said.
Yeah, amen to that. Walter?
No comments.
Michael?
Yes, sir. Just in case everybody hadn't seen it, Missouri Life, there's a nice big section, and they're on our Neon Park.
Oh,
So, if you don't subscribe to it, I highly recommend. It's a good magazine, especially when they feature us in it.
Yeah, right, amen to that. Awesome. John?
I have one comment about the park board meeting. The minutes that were sent out, very detailed. It was almost like you were in the meeting yourself. So if you missed it and you read those minutes, you didn't miss it.
Wow.
Great minutes. Whoever's
Yeah.
doing it.
And John, I will tell you that I'm super excited to see where our Parks and Recreation Committee is going. I have huge ideas for the way that they can do for the city of St. Robert and the residents. And so I'm really excited to see what the committee's gonna do in the coming months. And I know that we're getting ready to do a new election of members and to get that committee rocking and rolling, because our commitment to do something every month for the city, for the citizens of St. Robert is still a dream, and we're gonna get it done. So thank you for that, John, appreciate that. All right, moving on to comments by the administration. We're gonna start off with Chief Kernton?
Mike is stepping in there.
Yeah,
All right, well, I guess we'll take the second fiddle.
Hey, I won't bore you too much, I promise.
I guess so, Mike. No, please, Mike, give us an update, thank you.
Yeah, so we had the last 30 days, 99 calls for service. And during this last snow event, we had one, I want to call maybe semi-major accident, no pun intended. But it was at the 163, it was on that Friday, and we had 5 vehicle, actually semis crashing together, 5 semi piled up. And it blocked the eastbound lane for about 3 hours. So fortunately, nobody was hurt in that, but that was probably, something I just wanted to mention to stand out. Everybody did a good job. MoDOT assisted on getting the roadway cleared up, and then the records and everything come out and done an excellent job. So our people done great as far as that goes. Other than that, we are still in the middle of fire inspections, moving on with those. Those are going pretty good. We got some re-inspects going now, but that'll be periodic throughout the next, few months getting that done. Well, I don't know if I should say it. Talk about the equipment, yeah. Everything's doing great on the equipment. Every time I say that, there's a problem. A couple little things. We had to get new positive pressure fans, and those are fans that removes the smoke and heat gases from the structure so we can enter it safely. They were about 10 years old-ish and on the last leg, so I had to go miss that. We budgeted for them. I knew they were going out. We have one more to order, but I'm going to limp it along for a couple more months, but we got 2 coming. So other than that, so far so good. Our new hires in training for firefighter 1 and 2 in Rolla, over there in the city's academy they got going on. In fact, we pulled him off the truck tonight and he went over there, he's in class. So he should wrap up in that probably in the next 2 months. And then I actually get to be an evaluator over there for the skills for the state, because I'm a certified evaluator for the state and instructor.
Yeah, very cool.
So that's going to be pretty nice to see that. So I'll have a grade sheet in my hand. No, anyway.
Be tough on him, be tough on him.
It'd be real tough. So he's doing really good, real good guy. So I think that'll be okay. But other than that, doing okay.
Awesome, thanks, Mike. Any
Right.
questions for me?
I do.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
So, who did you bring with you tonight, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I brought my deputy chief, Jordan White. So with me, so I brought him. So here he is. You want to say anything?
Oh, I'm good.
You can have the next one. So,
Yeah.
but
Next time, have him brief, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have you brief. I want to stay home.
Less said.
But no, other than that, it's good. It's going pretty good on that front.
Charles has a
Oh,
question.
go ahead, Charles. Yes, sir.
Smoke alarm grants, do we put in for smoke alarm grants at all?
No, we get those through Red Cross, so they stock us up on that pretty good for the volume of people. And then sometimes, and I don't know, I think they're gonna get with us this year. It just depends. They'll kind of do a smoke detector campaign where we go to houses with them and install them.
Okay.
So we get them through them as their stock replenishes.
Will we do any smoke alarm, inspections?
We don't, no, not on residences, no. No, our only thing is our city, we enforce city codes with our commercial businesses. But however, caveat to that is, and we've had, I think, I have to look back, I've got it on there on the paperwork, but I believe 6 different homes, if you do call, you need smoke detectors, or, you know, we can go and we'll give up to 2 in the household, and we'll go install them ourselves in the city limits of St. Robert.
So do we broadcast that we can do that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do a campaign on
Yeah.
that, we'll do some social media work on that and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. We can do that as
Thanks,
well.
Mayor.
Yeah, when that crosses the line, we'll get to that point.
Mayor's real good at that, so I'll be going from there.
I was just about ready to say, what did you think of your mayor's minute for your fire
Excellent.
inspections? Huh?
Wrote a lot
Did I-
better than I gave you. So, I'll say this, here you go, Mayor, it's your time to fix it. You know, so. But anyway, thank you all.
Thanks, Mike, appreciate all that you do. Appreciate that. All right, Parks, Travis, come on up, how you doing today?
Doing good.
All right,
Got a little cold now.
well, don't touch anything, don't have any germs.
So we had the cornhole
Do this
tournament.
without breathing, it would help.
Had the cornhole tournament. We had 9 teams come out.
Wow.
Like what, 8 hours before the storm hit. So it was a good turnout for that event. We got the marquee fixed, so that's up and running now. That'll help us take care of that. We have access to do that. The pool is back again. We had the modem go out, so then we had to troubleshoot some firewalls. We have the pool. We reopened that yesterday. We already got the swimmers swimming again and the aerobics going again. So come on down to the pool and enjoy the indoor pool. I was gonna say it's a little cold. It's trying to fight with that 10-degree weather out there. So it's trying to stay warm. Last time I checked, it was like 80 degrees, so it's getting there. Hopefully it'll be 89 by the end of the week. Our new hire starts tomorrow, so we'll be training her and getting her all set up. Still on the hunt for lifeguards and rec aides for the 2026 Tiger Typhoon summer season. We've already got a bunch of applicants stacked. Potential candidates for that spot, so we're going to be reaching out soon. We already got a bunch from last year already coming back and saying that they want to do it again, so should be on the up and up, and we'll be hitting schools and things like that to try to promote that as well.
The social media person that did your social media last summer, is that one of the kids that you're gonna hire back? Because that person needs to be hired back.
That is actually Charles in the water park.
Really?
He does
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. He's got a creative mind.
Yeah, there were some amazing people. Everybody loved the social media from the Parks and Recreation team, so awesome. Well, thank you for that. Before I turn it over to the Alderman for questions, I just want to say, what an amazing, the cornhole tournament, right? 9 teams, to many people, they're like, well, 9 teams, that's not a lot. I mean, that's 18 people though, because, the teams and stuff.
And their families.
Everybody loved it. It was just an amazing event. I hated to miss it, but I got such great feedback from it. So great job to you and your team for doing that. And I just appreciate those that went out to support that. And then just glad to hear that the pool's back open again. So any questions or comments from the element? None? All right, thank you, Travis. Keep it up.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, yep. I look forward to hearing about the park board meeting tomorrow. All right, Ricky, you up? Or is Caleb briefing? I think Caleb should come up and brief just for the mere fact of what he did to my trash can today.
I apologize for that.
You don't have to apologize. I'm always curious to what he's going to do next. He's running out of ideas. He ain't got it in him to keep
They
doing
got a
it.
list. They're checking on me.
So last week, we did some maintenance on a couple of trailers, 29.7 tires and greasing. Truck 2 is still in up at GAR. It's getting turbo fixed on it. Truck 3, it threw 28th, we got our new truck.
Yep.
It went to work that day,
Yep.
so we ran several loads. The new hire's gonna start tomorrow.
Good.
He come by tonight and we walked over the truck, so he'll be familiar with the truck. He was already pretty familiar with the truck. He's been
Awesome.
driving all his life, he said, so, yeah, he's starting early in the morning.
4:30.
He's gonna try to get 4 loads in, so.
Wow, amazing.
The 16th is President's Day, so we'll be running Mondays routes, will be switched to Tuesdays, Tuesdays will be to Wednesdays, and no issue with curbside recycling, it'll be on normal. And then we got January's tonnage report. We brought in 3,160 tons, an average of 158, a little bit low. And that was due, we had to close the transfer station down a couple of days. We had quite a bit of trash in there, so we had to close it down a couple afternoons. So,
And the weather didn't help.
yeah.
There was a couple of days that got pretty hairy out there, so.
But everything's caught up. We didn't get too far behind in the
Good.
cold weather and the snow, so everything's running normal.
Awesome, Ricky. Thank you very much. I mean, with the team that you have, I mean, really, they do it all. I mean, it's amazing to have seen what they do, so. Greg, any questions for Ricky from the Alderman? None?
Just appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. Appreciate all you do. And Caleb. All right, real quick for me. So Chief Currington was on the agenda tonight because I was going to present this or give this to him. So last night they had the Salvation Army Gratitude event. Well, initially I went because I was a bell ringer, and they invite all the bell ringers to give them a big hoorah and thanks. And then it ended up being that I received was accepted a certificate of recognition for doing the most good. And this was a certificate that was done to the St. Robert Police Department from the Salvation Army of Pulaski County that recognizes their positive assistance with the people in need and thereby supporting the mission of doing the most good in Pulaski County. And it's signed by the chair and the co-chair of our Salvation Army here in Pulaski County. And so for those that don't know, our goal in Pulaski County for the Salvation Army was to raise $120,000 for the entire county, and they met the goal of $120,302.12. And so, yeah. But I say this because at the end of the day, our police department was recognized for the great work that they do in conjunction with the Salvation Army. So, Chief, to the entire team, this certificate's for you. Great job, and thank you for that. Real quick, this is a little bit hard for me, and I would just ask if we could just do a quick moment of silence. Major Cooley, our deputy police chief, lost his wife on Friday, Tammy. Tammy has been a huge part of our community. So many people have reached out to me to send their condolences to her about the amazing person she was. And this Friday at 12 o'clock at the Waynesville Memorial, thank you very much, we will honor her for her life. And so if I could just please ask for everybody just for a quick moment of silence for Tammy Cooley and the Cooley family. Thank you. Major Cooley, to you and your family, we are all keeping you in our prayers, and we're sorry for your loss, and so thank you. The next thing I want to talk about, comments by the administration. I missed that again. How did you know what? Thank you. I was supposed to have a thing on here that said 5.5, and I'll go down the list. Let me finish mine, and then I'll go to the administration. Thanks, Reggie, appreciate that. I'm going to echo a few of you what you said about our city staff, and I'm not going to individually identify any one particular department because I've learned that lesson already. And bottom line is this: our city staff was working 24/7, from our law enforcement, fire, public works, everybody, 24/7 throughout this storm this past weekend or so. And I just want to say the amazing work that every single individual that is on our city staff did during that storm. And I cannot thank you enough for your responsiveness, for everything that you did for our residents, so thank you for that. The newsletter is out. If you haven't seen it, it's hot off the press. I released it a couple days early just because, but the February newsletter is out. So if you want to know what's going on in the city of St. Robert, go to our city app and download it. Mark will thank you, because he's going to maybe get a Culver's bonus if we get to a certain point. But it's out, so please read it. Lots of great information, from fire stuff to our pool opening and everything else. And before I do the administration staff, I want to say again to Tim and his team, thank you for what you do each and every day, for coming out here and broadcasting our city council meeting. And so with that, I'd like to turn it over to you real quick, because you're behind the camera. Do you have a moment to introduce your team to us, Mike?
Absolutely.
Tim.
Alexis and Caden, they're working with me tonight, and yeah, I decided I was a little rusty on the camera, so get a little practice in.
Well, hopefully you'll do as good of a job as they do. If not, you'll get counseled for it, I'm sure. All right, real quick, we'll go down the line before we move on. So, huh? I'm sorry? Don, did I miss? Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Thank you. Don, please come on up. I got excited about talking about the certificate. Sorry, Don, please come on up. I apologize.
The new antivirus I bought, I installed it on everybody's email. I'm going machine by machine. One surprising thing I learned about the email app for this program, if anybody sends anything financial, PII data, which is social security numbers, dates of birth, it alerts me, tells me who sent it and who it was sent to. So I think that's a good security feature.
Yeah.
So far, we've not had any security on any of the machines I've installed.
Good, awesome. And I know it's working because it's sending a bunch of my emails to spam, which I'm having to go move them back. So that's a good thing then.
Well, also on our, inside the city here, on our Outlook, there's a new folder. It's called Suspected. Before an email would get blocked, I'll take Steve and use him as an example. Hey, I'm trying to get this invoice from such and such. I would have to go into the system, look, okay, allow this guy to send an email to the city.
Right.
Now it's going to go to that suspected folder, so he can look it up in the suspected folder, and if he sees it, he can click on it. That sends me a notification to add that guy to our allow list.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't
great.
know if it works on the phone, but you may have it on your app on your phone, the suspected folder.
Yep, that's working great for me. Awesome. Any questions for Don? Thanks, Don. Appreciate that. Great system to protect our network. Thank you. Yep. All right, Mark, the floor is yours, please.
Okay, just a couple of things. Barbecue is coming up in March. We'll be discussing that at the park meeting tomorrow night. We do have some platinum sponsors. Seeger Toyota is going to be a sponsor this year. We thank them for that. Security Bank of Pulaski County and Archer Elgin, we've already talked to them. They're going to be platinum sponsors as well. And this year, our One Meat event sponsor is going to be Paul's Furniture. So we've already got those lined out, and they're going to be involved in this year's competition. We'll be also discussing the centennial celebration for Route 66, so if you guys want to come tomorrow night. RV Park continues to be busy, packed. It's still maybe one empty spot. I don't have exact numbers for you tonight, but I looked real quick before I came in. Youth sports, volleyball games that began in Camden, Lebanon. We go to that league up there. We're the only volleyball league in this area. If you go anywhere in Pulaski County, we're the only one that offers volleyball. This year we have double the teams we did last year. We've actually had to split our 5th grade team again from 2 teams to 3 teams. That way the kids get more playing time. Lebanon Kempton's been very gracious on allowing that flexibility and scheduling games for us. And it's kind of nice, we've got soccer signups going on at the same time. It's going very well with that. Lebanon has already reached out to our soccer program. Instead, last year they sent one team down of the U11. This year they're already planning on sending at least 4 teams down to join our teams down here. They don't have the soccer program that we do, so we kind of partner up with volleyball and soccer and kind of partner up in that mix.
Exciting.
Been working hard with Don, Miss Nita, everybody on Tyler time and attendance, and finance payroll, meter reading, utilities, trying to get all that lined out, so it's been a very busy time, Jim.
Awesome.
And that's all I have.
Thanks, Mark, appreciate it. Dana?
All the paperwork for the upcoming election was submitted timely to the county clerk. The next step is just the election itself, so that'll be something exciting to look forward to. The questionnaires that we have put together with applicants to act seem to be working very well. I've received good feedback from hiring managers, and the flow of information seems to be going a lot quicker for employees, the hiring managers, decision-making process. So all involved, I think it's working very well. Like Travis said, we have a full-time park assistant starting tomorrow. We also have a new person starting at the transfer station. I just got done with the onboarding with him just a little bit ago. He went down and got a tour electric, he had mentioned. And the last thing would just be a shout out, if you know of anyone that will be interested in a seasonal position as a rec aide or a lifeguard, tell them to apply. They can apply on Indeed or through our city website.
All right, great work, thanks, appreciate it. Carrie? All right, Ms. Edna?
Hello.
Hello.
Just a brief summary of city's financial position. For the month of January, the general sales tax increased 1.29% over 2025. The amount received was $285,883. This was the direct results of $28,887,081 reported taxable sales for the month of November. For the used sales tax, which is the online sales, there was a small decrease of 1.4% over 2025, small amount of $725.20. The amount received was $50,806.86, which was a direct result of $2,235,501 reported taxable sales online. Update on the current balance in the checking account today, February the 2nd, $531,37 is in the account. I just want to give you a brief update that the financial staff is really making some improvements since I've been here. And we are going to continue to progress. Not be successful, but we're going to progress together. Thank you. Any questions you may have?
Mayor, I got a statement.
Sure.
That was the most accurate report I've heard in several months. Thank you.
I will
Well,
just have
I
to
won't
say
say-
one thing, though. The lack of the online sales tax is because I've taken my wife's credit card. So I'm sorry for that. No, but you're right. That's a lot of great information, so thank you very much. I know I was trying to make light of the situation, but I could not forget to do that.
My wife picked up
so.
the slack.
Your wife picked up the slack? Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Edna, for that great briefing. I appreciate that, and look forward to getting a Microsoft Excel document that we could all follow you on in the coming months, so thank you for that. Yes,
Mayor,
sir.
before you go on the road,
Yes.
I wanted to just thank you for showing up for Martin Luther King Day celebration. You were bright light, not in color or anything like that, but in just your presence there brought a lot to us, and representative also, and then we learned a lesson out there about some of the firsts for some of us in for our citizens here, and when we go back and look at some of these old pictures, I mean, they'll make you cry. But these were people that paved the way for us, and for all of us, and so appreciate you, and appreciate everyone that's just getting involved with stuff. And I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Walter, appreciate that. Ms. Anita?
Oh, I just have a few things. The great thing about being the last one is I just don't have to talk long. Done stole my thunder, so. The airport committee met. They received a air service marketing grant of $37,000. They use that for Facebook and marketing items and promotion. If you'll see the airport banner out front, that was used with marketing money. The topping ceremony was awesome. We actually signed the last beam with a magic marker, so I don't know how long it'll last, but that was pretty cool, you know, watching that. And then they actually set the beam while we were there, so it was really awesome. I have to tell you, I've been involved with the airport when they had the old red trailer, and that was many, many months ago. I'm not gonna say how long ago, but anyway.
Yeah.
I received a call on June the 9th and 10th. We will have approximately 6,000 people driving through in classic cars. They're gonna stop at the Neon Park. The event is sponsored by Motor Trend Magazine, so it'll be widely watched. And it's from St. Louis to Springfield. I had Beth call them for, you know, tourism coordinates, motels and restaurants and all of that with them. MRPC, on your table, I put the 2026 transportation priorities. We didn't fare very well, but we are on there, so that's good. MoDOT is scheduled to start, and they're on time, April, for the I-44 lane additions and knocking down the dirt. And so we're excited to have that project start. And I think that's it, Mayor.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you. All right, any alibis before we go into a closed session? I know it's about time to pack up and get going. All right, so we're going to go ahead and vote to close the meeting and to go into closed session. This meeting is being closed pursuant to Missouri Law, Chapter 610.021, to include legal, real estate, personnel, and and personnel. Can I get a first motion? Motion by Charles, seconded by Linda. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Reggie?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michael? John?
Yes.
All righty, everybody, we're